It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, August 28th, 2019 at 7 a.m.
And it's not raining. We've got our share, but it's not raining right now.
Yeah, very nice at 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning, taking my little dog out for his little morning stuff. You know, wow, very nice.
Going to be a little cooler this week. I'm excited.
I'm ready. It's got me ready for the county fair. You know,
there you go.
You know, gonna be fun.
There you go.
Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman along with Scooter Callis, and hope your day's off to a great start. Make it even better. Start off with Brood Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. 3 locations to serve you. We've got Balmer Boulevard, which is going to be getting busy here in the next 30 to 40 minutes. We've got 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness, and of course Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. Brood Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. And how about those cinnamon rolls?
Oh, cinnamon, I actually have one.
And he hasn't even opened it yet.
I haven't eaten mine yet. I actually got work to do before we start. But
you
got to look at the size of these things, you know.
Just because it hasn't rained, don't mean a big bolt of lightning can't come down and smite you for fibbing.
We're short one camera this morning. We can't. Tommy Land, the land commissioner, said Marcus will sit right here along with Bob Zador. We'll get him on camera in a minute. But yeah, cinnamon rolls everywhere this morning, thanks to Brood Awakening Coffee. Check them out. 3 locations to serve you. Brood Awakening Coffee. Once again, if you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water, right?
There you go. I got my Sprite. Don't even be looking over here. I ain't got no coffee.
I didn't know if you referred back to Smart Water. The PhD never came in, did it?
No. You spent a lot of money on that stuff, and it didn't help at all.
$3 a day for 4 years. He said, I mean, no.
I'm going to send them in a letter. That didn't even bring me up 1 IQ point.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state. 29 Roller Funeral Homes to serve you in Arkansas. 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Here in Mountain Home, talk to Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, Brad. Anybody can help you. Very professional, caring, loving. They know what's going on. They know how to get you through the rough times. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, this morning I pray for hurting families in our town. Their loss of a loved one. Losing a loved one is hard, and unexpected is even harder. Lord, my prayer is short today. I just pray for the Cotter and Pegler families. Help them get through the grief and sorrow, and I pray you bless our communities, and that's my prayer today. Amen. Amen. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now
wait, we got Tommy's not used to this.
Oh God, this is gonna hurt.
Brace yourself.
Da, da, da.
Not too bad.
It's a little flat.
A little. I've seen tires.
It was a long weekend.
I've seen tractors in the field that weren't as flat as that.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, who just happens to be sitting over here. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. The website is retirettoarkansas.net, and that's where we find fog over the river today.
Yeah. You know, we go from yesterday where you could see everything, and then today it's nothing but fog. But it makes for a beautiful picture.
Isn't that gorgeous this morning?
Sun coming through the clouds, cool. Yeah.
I swear, like to wake up to that every morning, Tommy.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'd take it.
I swear, it's almost a view from like
Remember
a plane.
Remember that song by Creedence Clearwater Revival, Looking Out My Back Door? There it is right there. The beautiful White River, the fog, and the beautiful sunrise, brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. When you list your home with the Z Team, Linda is a professional stager, can set your home up for that certain eye appeal for, wow, look at that, you know. And I got friends in St. Clair County, Illinois, and St. Louis County, Missouri, going to be retiring in a couple of years. You need to call the Z Team and start looking for that property in Missouri and Arkansas. So check it out. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. Right now, 61 degrees in Mountain Home, flipping at 62, 61 at Harrison, 62 at Yellville, 63 in Salem, Arkansas. Going to be nice over there at that over at Salem in Fulton County, Tommy.
Yes, it is.
61 at Calico Rock. There's another beautiful little town right there on the White River. And then you got Mountain View, Arkansas at 64 degrees. 61 at Calico, 64 at Mountain View. Around the region, St. Louis and Poplar Bluff both at 65 degrees, West Plains at 63, Branson at 61. And my son gets out to go to work today at 43 degrees in Watford City, North Dakota. Scattered showers throughout the country, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, up in New England. Looks like New York, Pennsylvania getting some showers, but not much going on here. We need some dry time. We need some sunlight, low humidity, low dew points. That way I don't splash the neighbors with water when I mow my grass, you know. Picking up some false echoes here, it looks like, around the Little Rock area. It looks like a big old green blue butterfly right here. But overall, we're clear throughout the state of Arkansas. 62, 412 east and west is clear. Highway 65 north and south, Little Rock, Branson. Highway 67, 167, Batesville, Poplar Bluff. No problems there. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 in Arkansas. We're just picking up some false echoes. It looks like it's going to be good travel weather throughout the state of Arkansas today. In Missouri, we'll hit the St. Louis stop here. Not much going on in Missouri. I-70 coming into St. Louis, then to Vandalia, Effingham, Illinois. I-64 East St. Louis, Illinois, east of Mount Vernon in good shape. You see I-24 at 27, at 57 I should say, no problems there. Interstate 55 coming in from Sykeston to Farmington, all into St. Louis, no problems there. And Rolla on I-44. Looks like a pretty good drive today. Southwest Missouri, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield. We're getting some of those light green false echoes. You know, I was watching Channel 3 the other night and they said, yeah, getting some false echoes here. So they're picking up some of the fog and the humidity. You know, they get some really, the Weather Service got some decent radars out there nowadays. And so it's just what it is. Watches and warnings, got a little bit of fog in northeast Arkansas, northwest Tennessee, northeast Alabama. Other than that, no problems. You see the hurricane warnings for the East Coast coming in. They've got them back to back to back. I think we've got 4 or 5 storms lined up that are going to be potential hazards. I think Puerto Rico's already boarding things up. Other than that, other than the fog in northeast Arkansas, that's extreme northeast Arkansas. And other than that, no problems there. Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois. 7-day forecast, we got sunshiny skies and 83 today, low of 60 tonight, 86 tomorrow, bright sunshiny skies, 62 the low. We got sunny, 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 with a chance of rain next week. We go from 86, 87, 86, 86, 83, nice weather.
I can live with it.
Boy, ain't that nice.
Low humidity.
Low humidity.
That's the big thing.
Low dew point. Checking iDrive Arkansas, no issues today. Earlier in the week we had an accident at Highway 65 just south of Marshall. Yesterday was some issues in Little Rock. Other than that, we look like we're in pretty good shape across the state. And checking the Missouri Department of Transportation, we have, there's a new one popped up down here. I better click that one and see. Route H, that would be coming off of Highway 142. They're doing a lot of work on the state highways in southeast Missouri. So if you take some of the state highways like 142 from Bakersfield to Mammoth Springs, Arkansas, there, Missouri, I should say, and then back up into Doniphan, Missouri, on into Poplar Bluff. That's a nice road, a beautiful drive through there, but they're doing some repaving work. A lot of reconstruction around the Kansas City area. Look at all the construction things there at Kansas City. You know, they're getting things fixed back up.
They always do. What do you mean fixed back up? That construction will never end.
Well, it's like West Memphis, Arkansas. They've been working on it since 1968. I mean, you know, one of these days they'll get it done. Allergies and pollen were high today, 10.1. Ragweed, chenopod's, and nettle. Wow, 10.1.
It's the highest I've seen it yet.
Yeah, pretty high. All right, morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793, retiretoarkansas.net. We'll take another look at the White River later on, see how much that fog burns off, maybe about 30, 40 minutes. What do you think?
You got it.
All right. Community Calendar is brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Best breakfast, best lunch in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday to 11.
This morning we've got pork chop and eggs. We goes hand cut. Have you had one of her pork chops before? Oh, they are juicy. We hand cut them right there in the house, and they are awesome. So pork chops, eggs, hash browns, biscuit and gravy or toast, only $6.88. Or for lunch, you'll have a choice between ham and beans or liver and onions. Both come with 2 sides, roller cornbread. Again, $6.88. Great price. Go in and just have a cup of coffee and grab a slice of
Lean
pie.
back, have some fun.
Hang
visit with
out,
friends.
talk to your neighbors.
if Tommy didn't have to run over there to Salem Desert County Day, we'd run down there and have some coffee for a while. Let's see, Community Calendar brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home, coming up at Eastside Baptist Church, Breaking the Barriers, free admission, the most radical program of ultimate intensity. In fact, the pastor says, I need a refrigerated truck, hauling in like 900 pounds of ice. These guys break blocks of ice. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be fun. September 4th through the 8th, 7 p.m. nightly, 718 East 9th Street in Mountain Home. For more information, 425-3689. Bob, you got anything? You got anything going on?
Nothing right now.
Really? Grief Share at First Baptist Church is a 13-week seminar support group for people experiencing grief and loss. Will be held on Wednesday evenings at 6 o'clock starting August 21st. Tonight will be the second session. For more information, call Rob Bryant at 501-316-7496. And let's see, Bread of Life Kitchen is today from 3 until 5:30 at Word of Life Church downtown, right across the street from Ozark Shopping Center, 310 Main Street. Free meal, but donations are accepted. And then the big Ice Cream Sunday fundraiser is today. Bring this up. Build Your Own Ice Cream Sunday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. for $3 each. And this raises money for the Van Mater Senior Center.
Is that where that's at?
Yes. Let me see. Let me get that address. It's down here. It's on Spring Street, 1101 Spring Street at the Van Mater Senior Center. Yeah. Scooter?
There we go. Tomorrow, Thursday, we've got 8th and 9th grade Bomber football team will be scrimmaging against Batesville. The 8th grade will start at 5:30, and then the 9th grade will follow. It's right here at Bomber Stadium, so encourage everybody to come out and watch the kids play some football.
Sounds like fun. Well, let's take a look at the White River again. See how much, there won't be much fog burned off in 7 minutes, but, well, a little bit has, yeah.
Sun's getting a little higher.
Can you imagine? I mean, that is a gorgeous picture. The way that sun's breaking through the clouds. Wow.
And it's, I mean, that's not the only place where you can see it. There's a lot of places here where
Yeah.
you can get similar views to that. It just happens the way the fog comes up over the river.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
It
views.
is beautiful.
The Ozarks, brother. It's the
You
Ozarks.
betcha. Can't beat it. Wow, we're lucky to live here.
Yes, we
Well,
are.
Scooter, shall we go ahead and take that break?
Let's go ahead and take a break.
Tommy Land, Land Commissioner, State of Arkansas, along with Bob Soror here, so be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:16, coming back this early. I mean, they're going to have to pay us overtime for this, ain't they?
We're just off on our timing. I don't know what's going on.
He'll be looking to squeeze another sponsor in there.
He's gonna realize he forgot somebody here in a minute.
How much is time and a half times zero?
That's a good question.
We want to welcome Arkansas Commissioner of State Lands Tommy Land and Bob Sodora. And Bob got a call from Jet the other day and said, "Hey," and I said, "Let me make a few calls." So here we are. Welcome, Tommy.
Thank you. Good to be in Mountain Home with you today.
Good to have you. It was a nice dinner last night at the Baxter County Republican meeting, and Jamie Nicholson spoke last night on some important topics. Just a nice time to get together. And,
yes,
and
it
talk.
was.
So,
yeah.
So
good to spend time with like-minded people.
Yep.
There you go.
The Land Commissioner's Office. People say, "What?" You know, yes, it is an elected office. You have, well, I was down there, 2 weeks ago on the 12th. Walked in, the first office I went into was Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And good to see you down there. That was a lot of fun that day.
Oh, it was.
That was, I mean, you think about.
People don't know what you're talking about. We know, but
We know.
all
What
the great rest of the.
On the 12th of August at 2 o'clock, Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin was promoted to Colonel in the Army Reserves. Tommy was there, the governor was there, Tom Cotton, all the dignitaries were there. Mm-hmm. And I think what I think what impressed me the most was the military.
Well, the military bearing of
just
what the military does.
How they handle themselves.
Yes.
I talked to the young private there, and Lieutenant Governor had spoke with him, and they were talking, and then I went up, and I told the kid, I said, he's probably 19, 20. I said, "I envy you." And he says, "What?" I said, "You've got a great career ahead of you."
Mm-hmm.
And some may disagree, but I was impressed with the whole program was great.
Yeah. Just a couple of weeks prior to that, they had an induction ceremony.
Really?
Yeah, there in the rotunda.
Really?
And they inducted, I think it was 8 new recruits into the United States Army.
Really?
Yeah, and that was impressive too. And Colonel Griffin, Lieutenant Governor Griffin, actually conducted.
What title?
Don't know whether to call him Colonel or Lieutenant Governor.
Then he was being Colonel.
Right, that's right, Colonel
Griffin.
Lieutenant
Governor.
Yeah. Griffin conducted the swearing-in ceremony. It was pretty impressive. Yeah.
So what's it
well,
like?
It's great for the families too.
Oh,
to be in that area, to be there in the rotunda like that is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's something to remember.
Yeah.
Did you ever think 20 years ago that your office would be in the state capitol?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, sometimes I look back at my life and how things have changed over the years, and I kind of wonder what happened sometimes, you know.
I mean, you've got Land Commissioner's Office, Lieutenant Governor's Office, Treasurer's Office.
Yeah. Well, just to be one of the 7 elected constitutional officers of the state.
Pictures
so
over
when
here.
You look at that, when you think about that, and that's an important position that you hold.
Yeah, it is.
And,
It is.
and I don't know that people realize. Maybe you could explain and expound a little bit on what it is.
Yeah, the state of Arkansas, of course, the state government is divided into 3 branches, just like the federal government. You have the judicial branch, and then you have the legislative branch, and then you have the executive branch. And the executive branch is made up of 7 constitutional officers. You have the governor, the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state, the attorney general, the state treasurer, the state auditor, and the state land commissioner, or commissioner of state lands is the technical name of the title. And those 7 offices make up the executive branch of state government in Arkansas. The land commissioner's office originally started out as the office that granted deeds, changing the ownership of property from the federal government to private citizens. Back during, it was a very famous part of history was the Oklahoma land rush.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you did was you went out there and you staked out, each individual could stake out, I believe it was 160 acres or a quarter section. And that property transferred from the federal government to an individual citizen. Well, we didn't have a land rush quite like Oklahoma did, but still we had federal lands that were homesteaded, and the land commissioner's office created the deed and created the legal description to change that property from federal hands to private hands. And of course, since Arkansas no longer had any federal lands, we assumed other duties as in the office as we went along, and we handle tax delinquent real estate. We handle mineral right issues relating to what the state of Arkansas owns. We have riverbed issues that we deal with. That's technically called submerged lands. If you hear the term submerged lands, that's dealing with riverbeds. And we deal with debris removal. We also deal with sand and gravel mining out of Arkansas's navigable rivers. And then probably the smallest part of our office, but I think definitely one of the most interesting parts of the Land Commissioner's office, is we hold historical documents relating to real estate.
Wow.
In our office, we have the original survey notes of the surveyor for the Louisiana Purchase.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. What
was that, 1830
was when the survey was done.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, it's a lot of people don't really realize that the survey for the entire Louisiana Purchase didn't start in Louisiana, it started in Arkansas. It started in southeast Arkansas, and we have a state park in southeast Arkansas, and it's called the Louisiana Purchase State Park.
Huh.
And very small state park. You pull into the parking area, you park, and there's an elevated walkway going out through a swamp. And you follow that walkway out there, you'll come to a monument. That monument is a starting point for the Louisiana Purchase Survey.
Something.
Yeah. And one thing really interesting about that survey marker, this just impresses me so much. A few years ago, using GPS technology and satellite imagery, they wanted to go back and check and see the accuracy of where that starting point should have been. Now remember, it was surveyed out in 1830. It was 2 inches off. 2 inches off for the entire western part of the United States of America.
Yeah.
I mean, done with chains and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were out walking that. And it wasn't, I mean, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
There was bears and Indians and
Right.
wolves and everything else. I mean, to be
Can
out
you
in that.
imagine southeast Arkansas in 1830?
Can you imagine here even?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. I can tell you. To me, it shows exactly what can be achieved with hard work and attention to detail.
Yes,
sir.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
2 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Where's that at in southeast Arkansas?
It's close to. I don't think it's close to Phillips County, Helena area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When you're on your way from Little Rock to Helena, you'll drive past the entrance to the park.
Really?
Yeah.
So that office was responsible. There's a lot of property that has abstracts to it, not just the title work, and you get the physical abstract.
Yeah.
If the property owner ahead of, and we had one that was like that, and it went back to the Civil War, and General whoever it was transferred it over to this guy, and it broke it down into the 40s and things. Very, very interesting to see the local history here and how things came to be.
Oh yeah, abstracts. They don't produce abstracts much anymore.
Yeah,
but
no.
but I still have an abstract from a farm I used to own, a cattle farm I used to own, and it goes back, I believe, to Andrew Jackson, President Andrew Jackson, and you can just go through each layer of the abstract and see. At one time, I think the farm sold for two mules in good health and a wagon. So I mean, and that's just interesting.
Well, I
so
remember we had a family reunion down here at Lake Norfolk one time. It was my dad's family, and they were all southeast Missouri, Neelyville, Naylor, Poplar Bluff area. And when my dad's mother's parents got married, they borrowed $85 on a 3-year note.
Yeah.
To start the farm. They needed a cow, a bull, they needed chickens, they needed odds. They borrowed $85 and paid it off in 3 years. But how did they do the surveying all those years ago?
That was pretty good to pay that off that fast. But the surveying was done with chains and sticks and chains, and they would take it from this point and go out with the compass and mark that, put a marker, and then go to the next one and continue on like that.
I mean, pull up my phone. It gives me the north and west coordinates.
Oh, yeah.
What's it, 36, 20, 50 by 92? It'd be 92 degrees, 21 minutes, 45 seconds west,
Yeah. I'm sure they started with a sextant to take a shot off the stars, determine their position as close as they could.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, if you'll look at those abstract, it'll say so many chains to the east to a point, and then so many chains to the west or to the north to a point, and so on like that. And of course, a lot of those old abstracts will be to the large oak tree or something like that. They'll use natural points, to designate corners and things like that. I remember looking at a legal description of a piece of property in, I believe that was Greene County, and
it's northeast Arkansas.
It was it went down the ditch line to the center of the Cache River, down the center of the Cache River to another ditch line, and of course, by the time I looked at the property, there weren't any ditches.
Wasn't
out
quite
there
the
anymore.
same as it was then. Yeah,
things change.
Yeah,
things change.
So you talking about mineral rights? That can get tied up in court for a long time on mineral rights.
Mineral rights are a very complex issue. And
Really,
they're not simple. Mineral rights can be separated from the real estate. So I could sell you 40 acres, and I could retain the mineral rights.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have the surface rights. I'd have any mineral rights to any minerals below the surface. The farm that we had for a while, when we purchased the farm, we owned 50% of the mineral rights. The other 50% had been retained in the 1930s by a timber company called Donovan Lumber Company. Donovan Lumber Company was owned by 3 brothers. So they retained 50% of the mineral rights of, I don't know, thousands of acres in Cleveland and White
Donovan, Missouri?
County. No, it's actually a community outside Searcy in White County.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
And so they retained 50% of the mineral rights of my farm. Now, those 3 brothers, I believe if I remember correctly, that they passed away in the 1950s. Those 50% mineral rights from my farm passed to their heirs. By the 1990s, many of those heirs had died, and it had passed to those heirs. And my wife had checked in the 1990s, and I believe those 50% mineral rights were divided 190 different ways. So
we think,
right. So I mean, they can be very confusing, and one thing I think we need to keep in mind is, in my county, Cleveland County, we're the second largest gas producing county in the state of Arkansas. So mineral rights are very valuable.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And other counties that don't have valuable mineral rights, they have mineral rights, but they're not producing mineral rights. No one's making any money off of them. Keep in mind that 30 years ago, no one would have thought the mineral rights in Cleveland County had any value either. But now they're extremely valuable. And South Arkansas the same way. I have a feeling that as technology continues to develop and increase over the years, that you're going to see other parts of Arkansas that don't have producing minerals, in other words, they're not producing gas or oil or something else, I think you're going to see that grow around the state. Right now in South Arkansas, they've got a pilot program going. A company out of Canada has got a pilot program going to extract lithium.
Oh yeah,
from brine water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember Curtis Coleman used to talk about that.
Yeah. Now, if that proves profitable, that's an extraction process that's going to take over South Arkansas, I think. So, very valuable.
Here's the dumbest question you're ever going to be asked in your life.
Okay.
The diamond mine at Murfreesboro.
Uh-huh.
That's got to be. I mean, it's got to be a mineral. I mean, and it's only down there.
Yeah, it is.
Did somebody come up with like a 2.3?
Just made it 3-something the other day.
Did they?
Yeah.
3-something?
Yeah.
3.2, I believe, was
really?
the last one.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, and I think we are the only state
in
the United States that has a diamond mine. We're the only
How do the
place.
diamonds keep?
It's not even a mine. It just keeps coming up.
And where's
I
the
guess
surface?
they may mine it.
surface.
They may mine it as well. But
surface
as far
mine.
as the surface, they
just surface
go out there
mining.
after heavy rain.
Of course, there's no commercial mining of diamonds there. That's it's a state park.
Yeah.
But they apparently, what they do, from what I understand, is they plow those fields every year, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. They plow those fields and turn the dirt over, and then you just go out there and find it. Have you ever been to the?
No, I want to go down there.
That is.
Have you been down there, Bob?
No.
That is some of the slickest dirt I have ever been in my life when it's wet. I'm telling you, it is slick.
A clay mix in there, and
But it's very heavy soil.
Really?
But it's a pretty interesting place to be. It sure is.
I'd like to go down there just.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, coming up on 7:32, more with the Land Commissioner right after this, and Bob Zadora after the break.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaires Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity and hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaires Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Sure, all mowers cut grass, but only a Ferris mower with suspension technology can provide you with increased productivity, quality of cut, durability, and comfort. The caster wheels and cutting deck are connected to the frame beneath the suspension. This lets the deck follow the wheels as they move up and down in relation to the ground contours. Maintaining the distance between the deck and the ground results in a beautiful, consistent cut. Visit your local Ferris dealer to experience the difference suspension makes.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net. And we're back visiting with Commissioner of State Lands Tommy Land and Bob Zadora, and you've got an interesting job.
Thank you. I think it is.
And when we were talking before the break about say that again, the governor's what was it? Commission on Levies? What?
It's a levy task force.
Task force. Yes. Yeah.
And what they're doing is you're going over the levies that are currently here. You were saying there.
We're looking at specifically right now. We're looking at the levees that are involved with the Arkansas River. We just had a tremendous flood through the Arkansas River Basin, and we had a few areas where the river overtopped the levee. The one there around Dardanelle in Yell County. The levee is, I believe it's about 1.5 miles from the river channel. But the river rose to the point that it overtopped the levee. And in about 5 hours, I talked to the county judge there, and we went out and took a look at this. In 5 hours, 1.5 miles away from the river channel, it washed out a hole and a highway 44 feet deep in 5 hours. And pushed sand out into an agricultural field, washed away a shop and a barn and some silos. And it did almost as much damage. Now, this is something I think people don't realize, but it did a lot of damage when it overtopped and washed the levee away and the water flowed into the field. But it did almost as much damage when the river went down and the water turned around and flowed back out through that hole.
Because it took that soil out with
Right.
it. Wow.
Right. So it was an impressive amount of damage. When you look and see that, you just see how important levees are in the state of Arkansas.
So, the levee broke,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because it's everything behind it. I mean, there's miles and miles and miles, especially there where it's all fields and stuff, and it covers such a large area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what you get. You're getting all the debris that's coming in, and then you got to get it back out, and these guys can't plant in the interim.
Yeah. Yeah, piles of sand, almost as tall as I am, out in the guy's field.
Good grief.
Yeah,
Really?
it is something
So how
else.
what's the duration of him fixing his farm? Is it 2 years, 3 years to get it back to where it was?
Well, he's dealing with, of course, he's dealing with the federal government.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And the federal government does not move quickly. So he's working on that. I would sincerely hope that it would be done this year.
Yeah.
But I'm not very confident.
No, is he running that would be more cattle in that area?
It's row crops.
Really? In Yell County?
He had oats planted in
Really?
his field. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
I
he was
didn't know.
growing
Wow.
oats. And then just not too far down the road from his farm I believe it was a small hog operation, hog farm. So just varied types of agriculture. But there's right there in the Arkansas River Valley, that's good soil, and they have a lot of row crop there.
Sure.
Now, Yell County, that would be west of Little Rock, but south of I-40? Is that where that would
That's
work?
correct.
Is it?
Yeah, west of Little Rock and
So you're out
south
towards
of I-40.
Morrilton, perhaps, Russellville area?
Yes. When right across the river from Dardanelle is Russellville.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. And
So that just kind of really shows how our taxes are called upon for different projects. You know, we want new roads, we want this, we want that, and we don't really think about the importance of something like that. You're saying the average age is 69 years. Obviously, they need some repairs.
Yes.
And just constant maintenance and things, and we just kind of, I think sometimes things like that get lost in how we spend money on other things.
And I'll tell you, it also shows the importance of local government, because
Oh, yeah.
levies are overseen by levy boards. And levy boards are local groups of people that are in charge of
Within
making
the-
sure
within
the
the
levee's
counties?
maintained.
Okay.
And sometimes you'll have multiple levy boards in one county.
Okay.
And,
Okay, so if a levy board has an issue, do they call the land commissioner's office?
No, if a levy board is basically autonomous, and most levy boards that are operational tax the people that are protected behind that levy.
Mhm.
Okay.
I have something called a special improvement district,
Right.
and you're charged special improvement district taxes. So a levy board will tax the people that are protected by the levy. The money that's paid in goes towards maintenance of that levy, because the things that can damage a levy: animal burrows, trees, and things like that. The roots growing through there weaken the levee, and then as the water puts pressure against it, it erodes quickly. And so all of those things, those tax dollars are supposed to be used to keep that levee maintained and keep it up to standards. And a lot of levee districts no longer have a board. The board people have passed away and no one's willing to serve. And so what happens is you have a defunct levee board and no one's maintaining the levee, and those levees get in very bad condition. I tell you, it is so important for Arkansas citizens to be involved in their government.
Yes, indeed.
You don't hear anything about levee boards normally until something bad happens.
Yeah, sure.
But it's the people of Arkansas that make sure those levees are in good condition.
So, another dumb question, Tommy. How do you maintain a levee?
You keep it mowed. You remove any tree growth by either mowing or perhaps spraying or something like that. If there's a problem with animals burrowing into the side of the levee, they live trap the animal, remove the animal to some other place, fill the burrow in to try to keep that down. And of course, over time, especially if there's a road on top of the levee, you'll have some erosion. Okay, so perhaps you'll have to truck some dirt in and spread it, build the levee back. Levees do not have a consistent set of regulations. Some levees, for instance, have what's called freeboard. Is the highest water level is here, so freeboard is how high the levee is above the highest water level. Some levees have 7 feet of freeboard. I was talking to a guy, I think it was in St. Francis County. Their series of levees have 7 foot of freeboard.
What's that, extreme northeast Arkansas?
Yes.
St. Francis River?
Right. And but other levees only have 2 or 3 feet of freeboard.
Really?
Yeah.
And the St. Francis River, all that up there is just flat as the top of this
Yes,
desk.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are thousands of acres that are affected by a levee.
Okay, let's talk St. Francis River, because I cross it several times when I go northeast Arkansas. Arkansas is on one side and Missouri's on the other. We maintain it on this side, but they don't on their side.
Then they get the water.
Then they get the water.
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, what if you build your levee twice as tall as Missouri, force the water?
Levee, probably Missouri would build theirs even taller.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're saying
we'd
that,
have
right.
levee wars.
I feel like digging a moat.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you come out of Paragould, Arkansas on 412. You know where it's at over there. And it's just, there's a little Kerr McGee station. You just cross into Missouri. But, I mean, just literally, you just cross the St. Francis River. And you really don't know because they don't mark the state line right there coming Missouri until you're in Missouri.
Yeah.
But it's just as flat as the top of this.
Right. This levee task force is, right now we're focusing all of our attention just on the Arkansas River because there are so many levees and so many levee districts around the state, with the Cache River, the White River, even the Little Red in White County has some levees. And the Corps of Engineers tries to keep up with where levees are. They try to keep up a map, but it's impossible to keep them all up.
So I'm thinking right now, where I travel, you've got 11 Point River in Missouri, you've got the Current River that comes from Missouri into Arkansas at Pocahontas into the Black. So if you have a lot of rain in south central Missouri to southeast Missouri, how does that affect Northeast Arkansas on the Black. And where's the Black River? I'm not familiar. Once you get to Pocahontas and the Black River, where, it feeds into Mississippi, or is it going to the White?
I believe I think the Black feeds into the White River.
Okay. So, wow.
Yeah. There's one thing we're blessed with in Arkansas is a lot of water.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that is a blessing. It sure is. If you spend much time out west where there isn't much water, you appreciate what Arkansas's
we
got.
have people that come, looking for properties, and they're just amazed.
They are.
That there's this much water, like just laying around.
Yeah.
There's lakes and they're high, and the waters are moving down the river and things like that. It's we are blessed in that.
With every blessing, there's also some trials, and sometimes when we face flooding conditions, we have certainly have some things to be concerned about.
And
So you're aside from the levies, which is a small part of what you do, the bigger part of what your job is the taxable properties that go under, and you're here to do some of those today and tomorrow.
Yes.
So that people may be interested.
Yep, we had the Baxter County tax delinquent auction yesterday, and today we're going to be in Fulton County, and then tomorrow we'll be in Izard County, and what happens with property on a tax delinquent basis, it becomes tax delinquent in your county, and your county collector attempts to collect the taxes for about 2 years. After a 2-year period, the county certifies it to my office, and we spend another 2 years trying to contact someone, letters of notification, trying to contact people and say, hey, you need to come in and pay your taxes. At the end of that 4-year period, approximately 4-year period, we hold an auction, and we auction off all the real estate. We hold an auction to auction off all the real estate. Not all of it sells. But and we held the auction for Baxter County yesterday, Fulton County today, and Izard County will be tomorrow.
And anybody can come and bid?
If you come in, the one thing you've got to realize is every parcel you buy, okay, the first $100 that you pay us has to be in cash for every parcel, okay? So if you buy 5 parcels, you got to have $500 in cash. And then so you purchase the parcel, and then the delinquent owner has 10 business days to redeem that after the auction. Then after the auction's over with, we'll issue a limited warranty deed to the one who purchased it at auction if it's not redeemed. And so then, like I say, and of course, Bob, you know about limited warranty deeds, and there still needs to be some title work done to clear the title. But it's an inexpensive way sometimes to purchase property. You need to do your research before the auction.
Sure.
And you can look on our website, COSL.org. That's commissionerofstatelands.org. Okay. You can look on our website, and you'll see a button there, a tab that says auctions. You click on that. You go down the list of counties. You click on your county, and then it'll list the parcels. And especially in Baxter County, because I know Baxter County is a mapped county, you go down, scroll down there past the legal description, and you get down there and you'll see a map button. You click on the map button, and it'll pull you up a map and show you exactly where the lot is located or the parcel is located. And so it's easy to find, and then you just do your research on it and determine if that's what you're looking to buy, and come to the auction and bid on it, and best man win.
There you go.
Now, I'm on the equalization board in Marion County, and I've been on the one in Baxter here as well. Is there any way to move this process along to get these tax delinquent properties paying taxes again for the good of everybody else?
Well, that's the purpose of that auction, of course.
I mean, the time element.
Right.
Does it take 2 years to try to find somebody? We have computers.
Of course, that's
Facebook and whatnot.
That's legislation. Okay. Legislation requires that time period.
Wow.
And the thing is from my perspective, is we do not want to take property away from people if we can give them a little bit of time to come up with the money to pay their taxes. So I think 2 years in the county and 2 years in the state seems like a long period of time, but at the same time we're being very careful about how we deal with other people's property, and I think that's important.
Yeah. Coming up on 7:50, time for a break. Be right back.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. There she is. Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, is one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Bear Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Are you ready for some football?
Hometown TV is back with live football and the game of the week. Friday night, area high school football with announcer Bob Rechtenwald, bringing you the best in play-by-play. Visit hometowntv.net for schedule and show times. Plus, watch instant replay live from your mobile device, whether at the game or not, right here on K26 and XL7.
In 2014, I had back surgery, and I had always been told that chiropractic care, once you have that, is not possible. After coming up here to see Doc Osgood, I've learned just how much it is helpful, and I find now that I can do a lot more activities like mowing the yard, or even my job as a sports reporter. Going to the games is not a problem anymore. I don't have near the problem that I used to, and as I keep progressing, I think it'll get better and better.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
7:52, visiting with Commissioner of State Lands of Arkansas, Tommy Land. Real quick, Fulton County auction today, 10 o'clock at the Fulton County Fairgrounds, 124 Arena Drive in Salem, Arkansas. Then tomorrow, the Izard County auction takes place at 10 a.m. Ozarka College, 218 College Drive in Melbourne, Arkansas. Tommy, it's good to see you. Good to have you up here, and we've got about 7 or 8 minutes here. Like Bob was saying, it just we've got good people in our offices, and it just seems like things are running smooth.
Well, I think they are. You know, there's always going to be problems in government.
Yeah.
Okay, because people are in government, and people have problems, and that's just the way it is. But I do believe that we have some good folks in office that are trying to do things efficiently and trying to do things cost effectively. I'll just be honest with you, and like I said, I believe this started before I became Land Commissioner. The Land Commissioner's office is an efficient operation and takes care of all 75 counties and takes care of the auctions and the research that needs to be done on this property and everything. We take care of the riverbed, the submerged lands around the state of Arkansas, historical documents, and we do that with about 40 employees. And we have good, dedicated employees that I believe work hard to serve the people of Arkansas. And I know sometimes that doesn't always seem true in state government, but I can assure you the people in my office have good attitudes.
Well, sometimes it seems like you're trying to find a tick on tree bark at 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes that is true. Yeah.
Huh. Bob?
No, you kind of that you're involved in as many things in all the important work that that office does is, people don't really realize it because it's just kind of like, by the time they get down that far the ballot even,
Right.
it's like, a what? A commissioner of who? And I think that the work that gets done there, people don't realize, being in the real estate business, that all the work that gets done to make sure that these parcels are what they're supposed to be, and like you say, to go back and find that they were within 2 inches using GPS compared to the chain method is just amazing.
Yeah, it is an office that, like you said, it's not well known, but I can tell you it provides a valuable service to the people of Arkansas, especially the county government.
And we appreciate your efficiency,
Well, thank
because
you.
without the efficiency of what you're doing now, what John Thurston did in past years, it helps us.
You bet. You bet.
We may not realize it on an everyday basis, but
Oh, no, but when the assessors call up and say, what have you got on this parcel, or we have a question about this, what do your records show, and being able to produce that for them, that's amazing. That's great. That's
You
great.
bet.
And that's what government's supposed to be. It's supposed to all be working together. And you spoke of being involved in your local government, and that really can't be overstated. Go to your quorum court meetings. Go to school board meetings. If you have a kid in school, go to a school board meeting. See what they're talking about. Don't wait until you get a note going, oh, we're going to change this or change that. Go there while they're discussing it. Quorum court can't be overstated. I mean, I go all the time and people are like, oh, God. But just see how the government works. It's literally your tax dollars at work.
Yeah. Government touches our lives every day.
Yes, it does.
And so I tell you what, we need people involved in government. And just like I was talking about the levy boards, no one wants to serve on the levy board sometimes, and after a while that levy board just becomes defunct and no longer operates. I tell you, when that levy gets overtopped and the water's running down your city street, okay, you'll wish that someone was on that levy board overseeing that. We need to just step up, and it's going to take some time, and not everything is going to be really interesting. Some of it's going to be like watching paint dry.
Paint. Yeah, I mean, it's
But you know what? It's just one of the necessary things of operating our country in a very efficient way, and in a way that doesn't just get the job done, but it looks out to serve the people. And it's important that Arkansans get involved in all kinds of local government and be interested in it and have input in it if they really want to make things the very best they can be.
And there's new Arkansans coming here every day.
Yes.
And they bring skills with them from other places, other things they've done. No, we're never going to be California. No. We're never going to be, those who come and say, well, this would be a great place if only. That's probably not going to happen. But you might be able to help to make some small changes and just do something nice for your fellow man. That's a good thing.
Yes, it is. A very good thing.
Wow. Boy. And you think about, I sit here thinking about that coordinate stuff at the Louisiana Purchase, 2 inches.
Yeah.
And it goes back, pushing 200 years now?
Well, they were, when they did the border of Missouri, the guys who, Dwayne Camp tells a story about, when they did the border of Missouri, he knew that they were off a little bit, and I mean like a little bit, and he says he never cashed a check. He says, I won't be paid because I'm not 100% sure whether it's like here or here.
Wow.
It was literally one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't take the money.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That was like real work.
Yeah.
Real work.
I'd like to see the study. You look at the United States map and you see the shape of Arkansas and you see the Boot Hill of Missouri fit in. It's amazing how they got the boundaries of the states.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got about a minute to go. Final thoughts. Tommy, Bob?
I tell you, I want to say this. We enjoy coming to Mountain Home so much.
It's good to have you.
This
Always
is
good.
a
And you're not just in
beautiful
Mountain
place.
Home. This covers
everywhere.
We cover a pretty big area.
Even in
from
Harrison.
here, so, yeah.
But it's such a beautiful place. People are friendly, easy to get along with, accommodating.
Yep.
And I just want to compliment this area, I tell you, for just how accommodating y'all are. Thank you very much.
Bob?
Nothing. I appreciate you coming up, and the citizens need to see their public officials come up and that they interact with them and see that they are real people. And if they have an issue, know that they can reach out and touch somebody. Is there a phone number down there that if somebody has a question about this stuff? Is there like an office number to get things started?
Do you have a card on you yet?
I'm sorry. See, and I said I wasn't going to blindside anybody, and then I did.
Here we go, Commissioner
I'm sorry.
State Lands.
So if somebody wanted to talk to the office down there, they could call 501-291-9173.
And with that, we better go.
And
8 seconds. Thanks for being here. Thanks, everybody. Tommy,
Thank you.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.